Greetings, everyone. This is Mountain Spirit Witch here. Welcome to the magical world. And now today I am continuing along the wheel of the year, talking about each festival, each holiday. So today I'll be talking about Ostara, which is the spring equinox. This is when basically the days and nights become equal, and it's moving towards, after that, will be becoming longer days than the nights, moving towards summertime. So this is a celebration that is celebrated all around the world in many different ways for thousands of years. Everyone's been celebrating the spring equinox. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about who goddess Ostara is, and then I'll talk more about the spring equinox and how various ways of celebrating it is. So, Ostara or Oster or Easter is the Germanic goddess of spring and dawn. She is only mentioned once in scholarly writings of the period. Bede, the monk, states that during Ostermonth, the old Anglo-Saxon names for April, the pagan Anglo-Saxons held festivals in her honor. 200 years later in Germany, in his Life of Charlemagne, a monk named Einhard gives the old name for April as Ostermonth. She is also mentioned in a number of inscriptions in Germany, and the modern holiday of Easter, originally the name for the spring equinox, but later subsumed to the Paschal calendar for the Christian resurrection holiday, is named for her. The name Oster, Old Germanic Ostar, is related to that of Eos, the Greek goddess of dawn, and both can be traced back to a Proto-Indo-European goddess of dawn. Her material is so scant that some scholars have speculated that she was not a goddess at all, but simply an invention of Bede. But it is unlikely that someone as heathen-phobic as Bede would have gone about inventing goddesses. He seems to have preferred to keep all things pagan at arm's length. Some scholars have also decided rather randomly and on scant information that Ostar is a form of Freya. Others believe that she is actually Iduna or Walburga. Some modern heathens and Norse pagans have experienced personal gnosis of Ostar being a Vanic goddess, or at least very close to the Vanir, which is why we list her in this section. But again, there is no evidence, and Ostar's origins continue to remain a mystery. Her true mystery, however, is evident every year. She is the first warm spring winds, the birds that return, the trees that bud and curl forth leaves and flowers. She is the awakening earth, rabbits and hares, the eggs that appear after a winter of no light. City folk may not know that chickens who are kept in natural lighting quit laying in the winter when the days are short and begin again as the days lengthen. March, April is their peak time of year, and those eggs were a valued and welcome protein source for our winter-starved ancestors. Ostar's legacy is all those colored eggs which many of us still hang on trees every year. Jacob Grimm, in his Teutonic mythology, maintained that Ostar, Easter, was goddess of the glowing light of spring. Holy water in the form of the dew, or water collected from brooks, was gathered at this time. Washing with it was said to restore youth. Beautiful maidens in sheer white were said to seen frolicking in the countryside. Also, according to Grimm, the white maiden of Osterode was said to appear with a large batch of keys at her belt and stride to the brook to collect water on Easter morning. Ostar is usually experienced as a young maiden, as Ember Cook writes, old enough to bear children but not a mother. She is wreathed in flowers or new greenery and often dances. She is often joyous but can just as easily turn suddenly solemn, like the spring weather that can quickly turn to rain. Like spring itself, she is capricious, innocent, and knowing by turns. Hail to the maiden of spring, the dawning of the year. Bring freshness into all our lives. All right, so now I'm going to talk more about the spring equinox and how to celebrate Ostara, the vernal equinox. So what is Ostara? Ostara is a modern holiday inspired by various pagan cultures throughout history and across the globe. It is a celebration of the vernal equinox, the point at which the sun is directly over the equator and the planet's northern hemisphere begins to tilt towards the sun, tipping it into spring. The holiday known as Ostara was named by Gerald Gardner in the mid-20th century as one of the 8 Sabbats on the Wiccan Wheel of the Year. The equinox itself, however, is an occurrence that has been observed in various ways for thousands of years all over the planet. The coming of spring is universally exciting and absolutely worth celebrating. Whether you call this annual cosmic alignment Ostara, Alban Eiler, or simply the vernal equinox, now is the time for new beginnings. Observing the equinox. We have been in a sort of hibernation for the past several months, living off the comforts we stored up for ourselves before the cold set in. Even with cars, coats, electric lights, and heated buildings, our worlds tend to get smaller in the winter. With less daylight, we can feel as if there is just less day for doing things, and we spend less time outside. We see fewer people and do most of our existing at home. The dark half of the year is for resting, and that's what we've been doing. But now we are getting restless. It's only natural. We welcome the vernal equinox because it means that the time has come for life in full to begin anew. Light has triumphed over darkness, day has overtaken the night, and things are growing. To celebrate, we throw open the doors and windows, sweep out the clutter, and smoke out the stagnant vibes. We breathe new energy into plans and projects that have been germinating in darkness, and we honor themes of new life and new beginnings by embodying youthfulness and remembering to play. Purify. Spring cleaning isn't scary, it's an opportunity for magic. Ostara is time to cleanse and release both physically and spiritually. In your physical space, be intentional as you clear away both grime and clutter. Let the new light of spring illuminate the dark corners and deep crevices. Infuse your cleaning solutions with blessings and protections so that the act of cleansing becomes a ritual of its own, preparing your way for success. As soon as the weather permits, open your home to the fresh spring air and welcome in the new as you cleanse with smoke to expel the old. Sort through the stuff that's taking up space in your home and decide what can be donated, sold, or given away. Unpacking what's been accumulated over time can make your home feel lighter, larger, and more full of possibility. Metaphysically, consider what plans, relationships, efforts, or fixations are clogging up your life instead of expanding it. See if you can shake those free too. Bless. As you clear your space and spirit, you make room to sow in new energies and intentions. One very Ostara way of doing this is to literally plant them in your garden or flower pots, right along with your plants. Write your intentions, goals, or plans on small scraps of compostable paper, roll them up, and bury them beside your seedlings. This way you can watch your intentions manifest as your plants grow strong and tall over the next few months. You can also sanctify with smoke or by asperging, sprinkling with blessed water or oils, or however feels best to you. Another good way to bless your space is with symbols. You may wish to imbue your own sigils and inscribe them with moon water or oil over thresholds, or you may feel drawn to the energies of certain Ogam or Elder Futhark runes. Restore. Not everything that's old or broken needs to be released. Some things just need a little love and attention. This burgeoning season of renewal is an excellent time to identify what goals or relationships could use some work. You may also consider which areas of your home are not conducive to the kind of life you're trying to live and make some adjustments. Perhaps you paint an accent wall a happy color, or invest in new storage to organize a messy corner. Stand back and have a good think about if rearranging some furniture could make things easier, or if that old dresser could become your new favorite piece with a new coat of paint. Alright, and then divine. Once everything is in place and your space and spirit are cleansed and settled, you'll be in a perfect mindset for divination. And what else here? Play. Ostara celebrates new life and youthfulness in all its weird, wild, and whimsical ways. Let this be an occasion for fun and fancy. Be childlike in your awe of this planet's marvelous transformation. Be childlike in your optimism. Be childlike in your self-expression. Wake up your inner child and ask them what they'd like to wear today. Ask them what music you should dance to, and remember how it felt when you didn't care about being taken seriously. Ostara is a celebration of our rebirth into the world. It is time to emerge, to unfurl, to go out and do things. So go and do. And that is about it on this here. Nature. So also get out into nature and experience the beautiful spring. So that is it about Ostara and the spring equinox. A very wonderful time of the year, very special time. And of course, this is not limiting anyone from celebrating it in your own personal way. These were just a few ideas that I wanted to share. Alright, so I'm going to continue with this series of talking about each pagan holiday around the wheel of the year.